y'all, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be diving into my experience getting fillers. It's going to be like a add-on to my nose job story. I have this condition that I have been really struggling with my whole life, and it's called no shame. I don't know people well enough to care about their opinions. I really don't. That's why I'm your favorite cousin, best friend, sister, because I'm going to be honest with you, but however, y'all already know. Now, when it comes to the form and fashion that you are trying to be nosy all up in my business, that is where I guess you could call it a preference. More like a boundary. With the way that she went about this was so messy, and I don't appreciate it. I really don't appreciate. Grab your wine, grab your snacks, everything you need, and let's get into story time. Just set me up on your counter, okay? Have me in your ears, your AirPods, and let's, get some chores done and whatever, and let me tell you about what this heifer did. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was not only pregnant, I was very, very pregnant. It was like late November, early December, and I was pregnant with my princess Mila, and you already know she was born at the end of December. So at this point in time, girl, I'm like 8.5 months pregnant, girl. My husband comes home and he's like, hey, my company's having a holiday party. Let me tell you something. His company holiday parties have been a little crazy. They really have. One in particular got really crazy. Me and my friend may or may not have ended up half naked in an elevator, but that is a story for another day. Everybody was waisty pants. There was almost fights breaking out. My friend and her mans was fighting. It was a whole thing. These holiday parties got so out of control. They just decided to shut it down. They were like, you know what? No spouses, no family. Y'all don't know how to act. We just gonna do something on a smaller scale. We're gonna go to a little restaurant, have ourselves a little dinner, employees only. I already knew why. Valid. I'm gonna be so real with you. I would have had a baby attitude about it if I was not so pregnant. Straight up. When he said that, it was like a weight off of my shoulders because I really didn't want to go nowhere. I am very heavily pregnant. I don't feel like having people all up in my face. I can smell everything right now. I'm very uncomfortable. I don't need people touching all over me, asking me the same question over and over. No. David is a homebody at heart. Like, so much of his family worked there, and I just felt like it would be good for him to, go to his company holiday party. Like, definitely go show face and be supportive and go. The night of the holiday party comes around and I end up going to my mom's house, which is not too far from where I was at the time. I have Ezra. I am very pregnant, so I'm going to need some help, right? David was going to be going to the holiday party right after work, and I was going to pick him up, okay? And so I went and stayed over at my mom's house and just chilled out, watched TV. Ezra was so little, and I was basically on standby until David called me to go pick him up. It was like right near midnight that finally David gets a hold of me. You could smell him through the phone. He was so messed up, girl. He was slurring, can you come get me? And he's laughing with other people. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of FOMO. I was like, I know you're lying. I'm over here all preggers and all hormonal, and you're out there just having the time of your life. I give Ezra a little kiss while he's asleep, and I take off and I go pick up my man. I get to that restaurant, girl. He is out front. I'm actually really happy that he had a good time. He was out front. He was with his friends. All right, I'm gonna leave. All right, I'm gonna go. 3 sisters, 2 aunties, and a gay uncle. Girl, this man can talk. Every single conversation that he had with every person that was at his holiday party, most of which I knew because, a lot of them are his family. Literally his auntie worked there. You know what I mean? Showed up, how things were, how the food was, all of that. We get to our side of town. Girl, why? This man is so messed up. He's got to throw up. He starts throwing up his guts outside the door of the car, and I was like, oh my gosh, my love. So I get him inside, get him cleaned up. He passes out, has himself a good sleep. Great, fantastic, wonderful. Next morning comes around. We're chilling in the morning, trying to hydrate, but this time it's easier to understand and comprehend. So a lot of which I had already heard. So he was like, did I tell you about this? Did I tell you about this? And I was like, yeah, no. So I told you about that lady that came up to me asking about you, right? Of course that would be the one thing that you don't tell me. What you mean? He called her that one lady. So I'm confused because we have a lot of mutuals and he calls them by names. He didn't even know her name. Part in the Megan Thee Stallion song where she's talking about how her name is in rooms that she's not even in. Girl, it was one of those moments, all right? I don't even know why I'm in this conversation. Shots were brought out. They were, you know, drinking cocktails, whatever. David had already called me. Okay, I am on my way. Now, a lady, I don't know if she was in HR. I don't know if she was an accountant. I don't remember exactly what department she was in. My point being is that her and David did not like cross paths a whole lot. Not a whole lot of, you know, rapport there, but they just happen to work together. Asking about me. Oh, how's your wife? Oh, she's pregnant. Oh, yeah, you know, I heard, girl, because our business always constantly in the streets. One thing about my husband, girl, is that when it comes to reenactment, he is an amazing impressionist, okay? How pushy she was. She was very pushy. Somehow, some way, this lady finds out who I am. She looked me up online. She was looking at my YouTube videos, and she tells David, oh, you know, I watch her YouTube videos all the time. I think she was so funny. She has fillers, huh? She has a lot of fillers. There's no way she doesn't. She does, huh? Does she go a lot? Oh, okay, so you're just not gonna tell me? All right, well, like, you and I both know I am tingling with anger. It is not about the fact that you are asking. Ask away. That's fine. You can ask me. In what world? In what universe, ma'am, is it not weird for you to go to someone's husband? This someone don't even know you. You're gonna ask about fillers and ask about like treatments and ask about, are you cool? That is the equivalent of going up to someone's husband and being like, she got bleach in her hair, huh? She be dyeing her hair, blah, blah. I know she ain't natural. Like, you can tell me, like, how many times did she go get her hair bleached? Like, girl, you want to ask about tinted eyebrows and eyelash extensions while you at it? Like, why you have my man at a table, just you and him, for you to question him about what I've gotten done to my face? And the kicker of it, I don't know you. Great, I'm good at what I do. I've been making people feel like they know me. And you know, I love y'all very much. But you don't know me like that for you to be going and sitting down with my husband and asking about personal things when it comes to me. That is crazy, unprofessional, uncalled for, and inappropriate. No matter how you spin it. I am like, who is this? What's her name? Company website immediately, directory, saw her, found her, and definitely never met her a day in my life. This was intentional. She waited until the end of the night, and my husband has had all kinds of drinks. Know nothing about the company and the establishment that she's working for. She waited to sit down with my husband at the end of the night and ask about me, what I've done and what I've gotten done and what. Okay. Hey, what's up, Miss Thang? This one's for you. Because, like, I have no problem talking to anybody about, like, what I've gotten done. I don't have no shame. I don't have nothing. I am here to share and to let you guys know my experience. So hopefully it helps you, because that's, like, my whole role here on my platforms, is to be the person that I wish that I would have had. If it was like any other holiday party and spouses were able to be there, I guarantee you one thing. I don't care how many drinks you had. You would have never sat across from me at that table and asked me that, especially that blatantly and that disrespectfully. I guarantee you. And if I would have said no, you wouldn't have gone back and forth with me. And yes, you did. Yes, you did. So why are you doing that to him? Messy. First thing I ever did was lip injections. I felt like my top lip wasn't as big or full as my bottom lip, and it really bugged me. So, you know, I had heard about fillers. This is definitely around like the Kylie Jenner King era. This is Kylie lip kits. This is, you know, matte lipsticks. Y'all remember? So, oh girl, good old times. So, you know, I was definitely influenced and I just wanted to try it out. So I got my lips done for the first time. This is a photo of how it looked. I want to say like a few weeks after. I was really happy with them in the moment. I felt like I could experiment a lot better with lipsticks and lip glosses. It really makes your lip skin very taut. I don't have any lip filler in my lips anymore. I got it all dissolved and I haven't gotten filler in almost 2 years. I'm gonna go and verify that like down to the minute, because I really want y'all to know that I am not lying. Normal lips, they got creases in them, you know what I'm saying? Those creases disappear when you get your lip injections, and it really creates this really smooth canvas, if you will, when it comes to application. And that part I really enjoyed. I felt like colors could pop. I felt like it was easier for me to make like a perfect lip line, you know, stuff like that. But now looking back at it, I do feel like they're too full and they just don't fit my face. I want to say like 25, 26, 25. I mentioned this in my last video about my rhinoplasty, is that, you know, it's like this one comment theory where you could have a bunch of positive comments, a bunch of negative comments, but there's like one in specific that really just sticks out to you and really bugs the shit out of you. It just really itches your butt, okay? And that happened to me. And there was a girl that commented on one of my stuff, and she was like, I can't even pay attention to what you're saying because them lines in your forehead are so distracting. Like, you really need to get Botox. Like, you really need to do that. And I was like, what? It was like literally in the forefront of all of my videos, and I was like, oh hell no, oh hell no. I was engaged. I knew I was gonna get married soon, so I was like, you know what, this is the perfect time. I'm gonna try Botox. Same spot that I got my lip injections. The girl there, she was like very gentle, her hands, y'all know how I am about hands, okay? I got my, what are they called, 11s done. Shot right about here. Get rid of them lines that are so distracting. Smile lines, my smile lines are very deep, so I got those here, here, and here. And girl, when I tell you, here's the thing, Botox, instant gratification, all right? I left, and I could just, in the car, I could see the difference. Like, I was a little red, but like I could literally see the difference, and you can feel it, like your movement, it's like paralyzing your shit, okay? Such a weird feeling to like not be able to do that, but it is more aesthetically pleasing in photos and video and all of those things, which is why so many girls do this, okay? Listen to me when I tell you, this can get out of hand very, very fast. Take it from your older sister, older cousin, best friend. Girl, I'm not ashamed. There was a point in time that I overdid it. It like made my cheekbones, you know, it kind of gives you like a little bit of a lift. It makes your cheekbones kind of pop. Everything is nice and taut, and you just like, girl, you look like a new creation. And you can get very used to it. You can start preferring it. You can start becoming obsessive over it. And like any little thing that pops up, ooh, I need to go and like get like a little syringe or whatever. And like I said, very easily accessible. Girls do this during their lunch hour, girl. It ain't nothing but a thing. I was going maybe like every 6 to 8 months-ish. Especially, and I started really hating my smile lines. I started like seeing that very, very clearly, and I wanted to like do something here. So it started gradually becoming a little bit more every single time I went, like, okay, well, I need this, and my smile lines, but I might need like right here too. And how about like my crow's feet? Girl, I was in my 20s. No business, mommy. Like, you have to understand, it is so normal for your expressive face to have smile lines, and for you to, and I know that you know this, but sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else that genuinely like wants the best for you. And I'm telling you, the smile line thing especially is just so, I don't know how to, it's like, that is like an expression of how happy you are, girl, as a person. And I don't know, it just kind of takes away the humanity in your face, and you just start really looking like, I don't know, like a doll. Like, just, it sounds good in theory, but then it starts getting a little scary, girl. This video right here is when I was getting too much Botox. I went to the same establishment, but I had another technician or whatever you call them. I remember I ended up putting more Botox in than usual. And you could tell.
Oh, it's a real thing. Bitches really be praying for your downfall. Like, they really be sitting there front row and center to see you fail.
Bitches be praying on your downfall. They really do. Like, girl. I feel like it just doesn't look like me. I feel like it made my face wider. I feel like it just kind of made me look puffy, uneven. It was when I had my kids, I stopped everything. It like came to a screeching halt. I started seeing like my natural face more and more. And I actually started realizing, you know what? I don't really have beef with my face like that. I really don't. And like, I actually kind of like, I like being able to move my features, and I like being able to like drink through a straw like a normal person. Like, no offense, girl, that was me too. That's the other thing you gotta know. When you get your lips done too big, girl, they can't do that. You got, and you're putting your face in the hands of others. You don't like it, you're gonna have to pay to fix it or correct it or do whatever, right? Same thing with injectables, girl. I started, you know, them pockets. I feel like I have like a little bitty one right here that's like trying to go down. Putting injections in your face is a very delicate job, and it has to be extremely precise. If it is not, when it comes to the layers of your skin, the only reason why I know this is because it happened to me and I needed to understand why. The layers of your skin matter. If they go in too deep when they are injecting your lips, you start getting those pockets, you know, where you bumpy, and you start seeing the girls with bumpy, and they're like, you know, you be trying to massage it out. You can see it, look. You see that? I have nothing in there. It started looking a little uneven. And at some point or another, girl, it's just not even worth all of this mess, okay? You know, same thing with the Botox. When I looked crazy in that video, I was damn near looking like the cat lady. Like, what? And I was like, if I don't stop allowing other people to have access to my face and change my face like that, I will never be happy. Girl, also, to be real, you had like an influx of estheticians and like new girls coming into like the injectable space that were not well trained or didn't have a whole lot of experience. This industry was like booming. The girl that I originally loved and went to, that I was like originally in love with what was happening, she moved. So I was like kind of being passed around to different girls, and I was not, girl. I don't want to sit up here and be like, oh, I'm never going to get Botox again. If I ever get it again, it's going to be when I'm older, when I start actually losing a lot of collagen in my face, you know, like my features are just dragging down my face. But I want it to be, if I do, a healthier amount. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm not going to be upsold. I'm not going to be going back and forth with these girls, like, you know, just a little bit, you know, like a little refresher. In your early mid-20s, definitely don't need it. You start looking into it, your late 20s, early to mid-30s, okay. But be realistic, okay? Understand that as you are putting these injectables into your face, number one, it has been proven that shit, it doesn't go away. You know, like how we were taught if you work out a whole lot, or, you know, it starts dissipating and it starts dissolving. That is a lie. It starts migrating, okay? There was like a whole study about it, but it migrates around your face. That's why I had to go in and get it dissolved. Girl, mine migrated. It started migrating up here, and it like kind of pushes this out to where it looks like you got a mustache all the time. And like it be making all this real puffy. It be making all this real puffy. My lips are getting smaller. This is getting bigger. I go to a different med spa, and I'm like, I just need you to tell me what's going on. And sure enough, she was like, oh, it migrated. If you want that to go away, I will have to do like dissolving on you. And so that's exactly what we did. And she had to dissolve my lips. And when I took, girl, it's painful, okay? Not here to scare you, just want you to be aware and understand. Is it unbearable? No, but it is painful. What they inject, it burns because it's literally dissolving through all of that shit. And it feels like lightning rods going through your lips. They gotta like massage it out and like so it can really dissolve, and it's it's not a good time. It matches the wideness of my smile. When I was putting fillers in my lips, they were going out this way, girl. They're going out this way. So when I was smiling this way, they're like struggling because they can't meet the width of my wide smile. You know what I'm saying? So like, so many factors, so many complexities. Not everybody is the same. And it's genuinely because like humanity, we are beautiful already. I know that sounds so cheesy and Hallmarkish. I feel like everything that I did to try to like change myself, fit into this box, you know, try to make everyone happy. Oh, that's a distraction. Oh, you should change that. Every single one of us has done this. I've even done it, girl. Go on the internet and you see someone extremely beautiful. I mean, stops you in your tracks, okay? And all of a sudden you go from admiration to boom, it just hits you in the chest and you're like, oh, and it's this jealousy, like she would be able to steal my man. Like she is that beautiful. And it's typically one of two things. Either this girl is completely opposite to you. Opposite hair color, skin color, eye color, body type, everything. That really be bugging you and that makes you hateration, holleration. Or, and this one I feel like is the worst, girl. When they kind of resemble you, but like they're like in your mind a better version of you, like your skin tone, your hair, your eye color, but like you're like the silly mirror version of this girl, you know what I'm saying? And so you like go, and we all do this. We go to their profile, not to admire them, not to be like, oh my gosh, like let me get some inspiration from her. It's to pick her apart. There gotta be something wrong with her. There gotta be something wrong with her. Does she got a weird toe? Does she got weird ears? Let me see her wear her hair back. She got bunions? Like, tell me so I can feel better about myself. And if you don't find anything, then our human brains are like, okay, she's too perfect then. Then she's had too much work done. You know what? BBL, she got a bunch of fillers. She look out like a blowfish to make ourselves feel better. Do you understand? So the point is that no matter what, if you and your being make somebody feel a certain type of way, it doesn't matter whether you did, whether you didn't, whether you have fillers, whether you're natural, it doesn't matter. They will always find a problem, girl. They will always try to tear you apart. And it really is like an inner work thing, because it doesn't matter. You could sit there and be like, you know what? She's real fine. And she got a good body, but you know what? She got a BBL. And you say it thinking that it's gonna make you feel better, but at the end of the day, she still looks good. And she really, stepping out in that dress. And like the body yaddy is there. So even though we try to like nitpick and pull at these different things, it will never change the way that you feel about yourself. You have to figure that out. I was so jelly belly of girls that had bigger tetas. My mom's real chichona, okay? And I would look at the pictures of her, like back in her day, and girl, I'm sorry, excuse me, Pamela Anderson, like what? And then you have me. You cannot pay me enough to wear a padded bra. You cannot. I hate it. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. And also it's very embarrassing. And I have a man and my man be, going in for a feel, and it's just very embarrassing that he's feeling a bunch of pad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth it no more. I just don't want you to be so mean to yourself because of other people. And I don't want you to sacrifice your body, your face, your comfortability with yourself because of other people. Because no matter what, you're going to do that. Fine. You'll get rid of all the wrinkles in your forehead. You'll make your lips bigger. You'll fix your body. And they will still hate on you, mamita. They will still tell you that you didn't do it right. You took the easy way out. You did this. You did that. And whatever. That's why there are so many people on social media that have mastered the art of not caring. Am I against injectables and fillers? No, I'm not. I don't feel like you need it until 25 and older. I don't. And anybody who's telling you any different, mama, is just trying to get your money. When you go into that med spa, that is what they're there for. They are trying to get as many syringes out of you as possible. That's just the truth of the matter. Just like we got eyebrow blindness and we got blush blindness, you can get injectable blindness. I don't regret any of it. I learned so that I could pass it on to you and you do what you want with it. But no matter what, I'm gonna love you. I think you're beautiful. I think you're perfectly, wonderfully woven and created. But I understand. If anybody understands, I understand the world that we're living in and how it can make you feel about yourself. And you might want to change up a thing or two. So that is my experience. I have a story time for you guys that's coming up soon where I wanted to tell you guys about he was like an actual doctor that did one of my sessions, and he is the father of a YouTuber. And I just wanted to tell you guys about that experience, which will be in my next video. If you guys have any other questions or, concerns or anything like that, let me know down below. And also let me know your experience. If you have had fillers, if not, why. Girlfriend that was asking my husband about this in the beginning, all you had to do was ask me. I mean, I know it means that you would have to know me to ask me, but boundaries. I love every single one of you guys, but God loves you infinitely more, and I will see your fine self in my next video. Peace out, y'all.